All right. Yama wunyina kwa baba Afro City Extra so. Last week, one tea and can a mofanche nearby pay na a chinchim one or two things and na other a friend say event be brave honor na who we and any TTGT was the technical reasons beyond our control. Agency for the way make your own medical dear. The best trying some fanche. Yaba say ever so na kɔ nyinaa yɛbɛtena ase nnɛ yɛbɛtena ase Wednesday na yɛatena ase Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a Friday na yɛ in house ne Kwasi wɔ ha na Chidi nso so wɔ ha Kwasi nsɛm bebree na ɛkɔ so wɔ friend sɛ system no mu ana mɛfa Chidi mo mu hyɛ ase okay mekae sɛ yɛsusua no na mokɔbɔ ball anaasɛ yɛ friend sɛ wokɔhwɛ TV wɔ adamfo dɛm a na ɔyɛ biribi a one untimi nka two se ukura bibi no so ope a uni choice se wan fa na mana bedu anwumre no aka drama no unkubra hobi ebepa mu sa nso na okoche ne ball no bana mu bebo a usi park ne so obechi ball na hye ne badu that's true ehedie ntina me driver this hu president Mahama onenua Ibrahim Mahama this year bro ha go around no the president ya jet akoton foforo tie roba amrochia na Ura President Mahama and MT Otiano. Eti busa, afoforo nso busa. Nipa bebre busa wo man nim. Se so, o man no na atiti ampansa ma yentimi to jet foforo, ana yentimi reti jet foforo. Ana se e appropriate say President Mia jet and I was say president e dey nam. Na mi busa biom say me ye analogy say yesu ano. Se wo ball e wo community nim. Nko ana wo ball. Ana nko ana na TV wo dem. Na kan drama ye start na se me fi se woni me ndi ni yie a umehwebi sa so na me ball no to park no na sisu amechi bo ache moto enti so President Mahama nua Ibrahim Mahama there are several friends say adwuma bebre ho he's eyeing so what to say a mining firm be cry is eyeing for a lot of things are obepese ye de be man o man na run genuinely I can say he maybe qualifies and I say he qualify because for several years he has been mining but obi bebu say a ma fair undue advantage and I say a proper and I say President Mahama Nyani PBB which man can say me farmer one now based on this analogy na making no o ka so one farmer na o kotra ne jet no unity former
o ba jiri fuel
what I say
o ma half tank na de unam wi ma
what I say enti what is a discussion say on the 15th of November president is now due for offering a new jet. You must say your presidential jet in the far corner ahead because it is in pristine condition. That time, no, from Okude to Abraka, then a friend is a MP for North Town, right? No, for foreign minister. He made a staunch a friend say defense. He said, "Your far corner was in pristine. In fact, now our dry engine, double engine. But I could say, I could take over. In the name, we say, dry engine, be in Abu say, and I say, what is happening?"
Very good.
Kwasi Chidi.
I can start this one. I know pay say me this and come away. Okay. Our radio. And to be honest with you, as some way minim the entire abaya tumatna ho ama IS abase because it's been about 1 year now since President Mahama buy no where most of his trips never had a vehicle and no issue. You asked about 10,000 questions in that one. But I can tell you for sure, say, first of all, it's wrong. It's very, very wrong. I don't care whether they are brothers or they are from the same mother or same father or from same parents. It is so, so wrong. It may not be wrong in your normal society and community now living in a community. Because say me PBB, na me will be a me who the interest me say me will and uko business school or more first rule in business school is whatever you get for free, don't pay for it. And if you are winning free, you know a business school for a philosophy from the so I can fee and a menu and a war a Japade car, ship, train, plane. Any baby I met me there took bicycle, motorbike, near there I met me a usual. And we say Kobe Kuto and as a Kobe shirt. Menu supporter, member, you to me share. it means a singlet, it means a one jeans, it means a shoe, it means a socks. You use the same. Sometimes they even use the same towel, especially among brothers. So but there's a rule to every game. In the game of politics, whether you win or you lose, there are rules, especially for those winners. It's in as well where or minor so a whole crata idea. He come as a baby could be a pet, the friend constitution. And MP woman, which I said, Dintia, Senka, Nipa in Yansa. Why do we need a book to guide us? A Nipa behavior saving tea and I'm train on down. And a train mono. So be your man penina. Anything our yere or pompo so a face leading. Onka James Maware made them in politics into me couldn't go uncle. Umpo, a country boy, or my never catch yourself, a so kaukuno, na nanoko, untuminyu, especially in America. So Becca, was it Jimmy Carter, Yenasiana? Yeah, one program be as a Michelle, maybe. It was a topical news in the US because she's alive. And even though she's former first lady, the nation takes care of her. Every month or what's stipend or man or the man. So it is part of your requirements, say functions of this nature and former functions of this nature. You must show yourself, even for a former first lady. And you wow, so there is everything technically wrong with that arrangement here, and like I said, there is no amount of justification that can come from the government to justify what is going on. I don't know why they are even trying. And any social media, fire movie say to me voice your concerns around this as a say grasses say name you say you na moya hoya the moya name grasses the moya no a bush talk. You don't do that when it comes to politics. Let me give you two instances. And then President Mahama abaying to me koche untumi. Obumraso, yes, good.
Correct.
And then President Mahama abaying ekoche kwabre dubai. Obumraso, yes, sir. Good. And then President Mahama abaying everywhere Kenneth Ufurata because allegedly Obumraso over 72 charges. Emra Beya, Emra Yekina, do no, Omina Fapem, any constitution. Now, the Constitution of Ghana, say who be a phone, and whoever has it, go to Enuka to other Roman Amana Committee, Article 284. The Tifia sum of the Article 284 is simply conflict of interest. And just one sentence. Constitution, no, I say, Sebi Trokonkron. Say this no. Sebi so when making kind go on there, you should be able to understand. And never POA de facto, we hear explanation and interpretation couldn't be. You heard the Article 284 if somebody is following her. You say, you didn't factor to the president. You can say 284 of the 1992 Constitution. Yes, I shared it on my Facebook yesterday. Okay. Anyway, a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflicts or is likely to conflict with the performance or the functions of his office. Simple sentence. Well, CJ, Nyansa womu, the entire ye sebi DC, you cry any free crew back. Nam say about in this or ADC, you know. We see a brochure task from me and Zachary, so to feel no quite a baby a friend residence. There's a reason for that. Reason the entire EDC, so cars 10 krana, so I start buying man office car, a man driver, I'll be to me. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why
yeah, because to elaborate, sorry, I'll say key aspect of Article 284 definition. It mandates that public officials must avoid situations where personal gains clashes with public duty.
Excellent.
Or purpose to promote integrity, accountability, and transparency in public.
What is
service.
Transparent about what is going on? What is accountability there? Government communications minister, presidency, communications. Why do they change all this? Oh no, everyone say, oh, he's just giving it to us. We are buying for. That's cheap talk. You tell this to kids.
Yes, and then to chip in. Last week, we can simply say, I have that President Mahama making this statement. I wish to find out Nanka producer Obama. What kind of I'm past President Kufuor saying the age in the own physical or no President Mahama or you two man pampa. Say Kufuor the nya de baby. Nemo muno or more farmer. In this contest. I am funny say Ibrahim Muhammad Akoto flight and I say I'm funny say Akoto jet and I say I'm funny say a back pass you baby.
Yemfa de dana.
The dana
Because mro.
Okay, Kufado de Omon baby among.
Aye, but me, I know.
President Muhammad the only back pass.
I can't say two wrongs don't make it right.
No,
That's a wrong
no, a question.
I get it.
Statement.
I get it. I'm trying to answer you.
President Kufado will be a wait maybe a man.
But Muhammad will be a and in no, the assumption is that he's a miner, a mining conglomerate, but it's quite a very huge business. But as compared to, especially any sub-Saharan Africa, you had any black faces, fronting mining companies. So for us to have a gentleman like that, and a blessing to all of us. But, young fun say one on the plane. That is the official story out there. Me nibi be a major so I can say, me suspect is any one idea, any new idea. They are brothers. Who has you are brothers you play now? Na yiri kwat ncho because they are unu no tue bia na. On the fee kwa no yiri tumbuza say. Na unu ya de bi obaju coach no ne toy na. Ade ji no buza sa because on nibi bi ni ma ko tun fa na nsi so say wo kwa yefro no abeje or call a cancer executive program no abeje. Next time so was will be yefro so kwa o sa ba abeje. Me no ne toy.
Agozi mamin kan we so. Say on say official company can be a like police, like the military. So who are done for police and military? And I any official company vehicle. Now ukotinem ne kunya accident. Unim say you
insurance cover you because we be one lodge.
One friend understand me can friend be a police. They be me call Sebi, me call Abrepo Junction. Oh, I go see any entram nyanko. Mudu market here na car crash. You are out of coverage.
No. You are not supposed to be in the car.
We all know say okay. Ibrahim Muhammad granted. Nti President Muhammad need to kwan a different cover for insurance cover na
we don't know
the same.
We don't know. These are some of the things. These are legitimate questions that as a JHS2 nuclear besides so nyada agena no because senya no ehia pa arrangement e wo ho ye dey. You see the point I'm trying to make. So I can't drag it too much. There's everything wrong with that arrangement. It's not the best. It's not like Ghana. You had disadvantage to the point you can't high play. Now they go for the luxurious plane, expensive, extravagant. What is a plane high risk? Be a big say your money don't
according to
we're able to pay
at that time. No, now we're in debt distress.
We are still in debt distress.
No. Right now, no. One here in Nibiana, so na Nibiana. The economy has kickstart. We are resilient and robust.
Oh boy. Well, there may be some indicators that never be picked.
I don't think that we are not in any position to say to me and talk and I say to me high.
You bet me talk, you bet me high. No matter the conditions we are in.
A politician didn't say, Nura me can't say
exactly.
But I'm wrong.
I'm coming there.
I apologize.
Now let me address your second question before I conclude on this.
Go.
The second question is with Ibrahim as a businessman in this same territory, who president. Now, yes, animal. Don't forget. We say President Mahama first of public official in NDC2 and RGM2 year or from the plane there. But immediately after say President de Cote d'Ivoire no or no Ibrahim plane and no money call ferry Vice President free London buy. I don't know now but I think anybody there the plane go far buy. This is a businessman in the country who is still bidding competitive bids in national interest, especially go face the mine. It's Ghana has a stake in it, so it's more or less than national something. No say to be fair to you, you buy in now of started somewhere 2002, 2003, and we build by
2022,
2023. Okay, and was started so but go face the mines now because go face has shown interest to discontinue the operations there, so somebody had to come in. Okomo kasa a private company, Ibrahim Mahama. But I don't mind there. And now mine also no Bema a key stakeholder, not ordinary person. Because at that time
Commander in Chief.
Yeah, no. As at the time I know in the Krana, there's a different commander in chief. His direct brother was a former commander in chief and a leading opposition figure. There were a lot of indications to NDC people say it's likely say 2024 election or mobile. But still you paid. Now, Obra na Barry. Minister Sabi
so no, at that time, no, it's so big that I said it was.
I think more or less it was just about him. I maybe I have to visit Bryce Simon's page to get more. But me who and man who other companies and then in the airplane as an unknown woman and now I express interest. And don't forget say interest, national interest. Abasi invest in and you see, and he has here. Kufuor also had that kind of feeling and. for a lot of time, testimonies are every onu Ibrahim wano kraba no. On the jumani be peke amana say or future with jumanu no. Na president for time na ye. So he has had that leverage with all governments. I say just point. What I say, when the government comes, he's there. But say, oh dear, I family. Oh no, this blood related family brothers. Na wo niema a substantive. Usa wo adwuma wo interest in national assets. Sorry. Wo pursue no there. I told him, maybe this room, and I'm kind say, and Kabaya go only look at crap for his brother's sake. Because sometimes I didn't crank Kabinya, but now say Debiano, about party factions here, Udimu. President Eba Menshia, no Kahon. The entire Okahono, Mentiasi. Menka say on Fataso Bebaho. Menshia is open to all. But for him to be part and parcel of the president entourage, to make it look as if say Oka officials if I didn't get that. And to me, I thought say or no minimum or hin tell me a fine pa. Obet me a banner dear, but then you first say what bano or cotton baby, a man in your sabetan baby. Baby show me a brutally no pa, but metra baby as a government officials etna to the point say say what turn and change direct. No.
Ghana over Timakasi and fair to Gabiana.
Maybe NDC has never been on this. It's a sad topic we almost before because they were not fair to Akufo doing anything around planes and travel and family and friends. Now, Busame and I said, Mami Musa will say, a break for the baby at 8 years. Contract being in the free by ho, echo, Neofasi, Gabiho. I don't know any of any. Contract being the free by ho, echo, Neofasi, and I knew Abema, Ekenofrato. I don't know any. But when yen him said that my mind see, Ninia a year president in Nia, a Baba Shassi. Yen said go board, said in the structure and then the operation city. We may not have anything to base on. But yes, oh, Ninia no won't be. Azuma Holdings here will vote when he Azuma then there were a on also open. We because after the discovered the when you're crazy, when you're with so account, Zayanya lithium, Yanya some other precious metals via. Obi a oye adwuma o mines mbia be person be DB. I expect him to be around the new ones no kwaya discovered. So we ni say ya Emma who give you room for all kind of worms. Say ibiti maybe so. Because enya further. The nipa odin the plane akofa vice president wa nyini sika. Ma vice president ba o memu ha no. Oda o minus no. Ono kwa odin ka da na sensa no obeda o minus. She intentionally thanked the president first, thanked the president brother before she thanked the entire nation. I remember when she came, I watched it. But I was worried. Say, Sankrofu as a diplomat, somebody diagro. Because you when you move your life, your vice president, look beggarly in the face of an ordinary citizen who happens to be a wealthy businessman, who also happens to be the president's direct brother. This is everything wrong. Never be saying tea. And I yempen in 44, Eka say, yempa hinsem, because I hinsem your family and friends. Yempe the Iran for Zubekai, or no one by himself, or Monaki, Yempese will be a baby so I say, Yamina man so media so now it's one any Mujan Pahua, or Muni in the Bintino. Ye mim not on my babia or dim fee, a drew say, Seminarium with Dahobiana, which my pre-bibia or my man copribino. So, oh, ya first system with for about 32 years. Now, all of a sudden, I don't know if them how. What you say, President Rollins, no in here. President Kofono Ninia was defense minister. Ninia no defense minister. He was elected member of parliament. In fact, he was in parliament long before his brother became president. So he's useful in parliament. He can be used in government as well. And no to me can HTP. President Mills, but then brother Cadman, no what you say. And then go to me financial baby. Go to me crown point on vice president and say, and the baby I could be in Kujam because Minamino no Mayari, Minu be in Jimedru now. No, when you're that Lumba Nakas or Dobro Nibitman in the Chaco stage. This is serious government business where you should not leave any room for people to speculate and misjudge. But what is going on? And yet, the entire Omuntu Minkasi behind private jet, no one Casa Mama can be, any especially Okujetu. The entire Omu passe omo eka omo de ne say ase ma ye ne ahoya na ye no omo ahoya omo show to Gabi Osrodako Bonti Kufuado and then
the phrase
Achim Mafia. This time is the
yes.
Yeah, the Gomba Mafia.
Gonja
Mafia pana Euro man. Gona ne bra ne bi no. On quite only too powerful classing, if anything, Gabi has or any kind of operator combined. Gabi may have money, but I don't think say any money no ever drew a friend say EMP, a whole chief executive, or EMP is it's a serious company. Gabi, forgive me, you may be rich, but what your friend is why never want to play no our TV. There's a far difference. You get that? So the impression in the country is that more Martin to sort of form and I think Musa Democrat ever. But I say Ibrahim Mahama and the plane a public jet and a private jet.
Private, of course.
I can say could you talk black? I can say President Mahama Bab no for private jet here. One can so for be private jet here now for high private jet February or for private jet here or be resign.
Admittedly, so no. Send me busa question. President Mahama cannot fly, friends, the jet without insurance, without fuel, without crew member. Friends,
about 50 people must be.
Yes, the crew members must be
20 to 50.
Technically, you are flying a friend say
a private jet. Yeah. Over your room. Sir.
Yes.
Bedrooms. Hall room. It's the comfort corner neck for the nama. A sitting at your crab baby when you're dream. To me, better TV cars.
I think, sir, what say it's happening here. Politicians to their words.
In other places, you've been impeached.
Yes, whatever you say, you said yesterday must be meaningful today, especially when at the corona. Looking at so much, Okujeto had to deal with. I mean, the guy was on the president's neck presser,
breaking law.
So what I said, saying all sorts of things. Unpalatable words, said President Epesu. Then it became a political campaign. Say, President, unprintable words. We had to say all this to friends, Ghanaian electorate, and then turn around, all in the name of say President or Yusua. There's no cost. How can you tell me this? Say there's no. There's a cost.
There's a cost.
I believe say if crew will be paid by Ibrahim Mahama, if insurance will be paid by Ibrahim Mahama. If the fuel will be paid by Ibrahim Mahama, if all the aviation, the friends say, cost involving flying to other states will be bought by friends Ibrahim Mahama, at what benefit in Ibrahim Mahama?
Said by our government,
so there's a cost to be paid.
There's a cost to that. The entina will be better President Mahama Ford or mining were up in arms.
And this is a typical.
We cried a serious question Ford, no, because Ford is affordable. But President Mahama, as a done, but then when he was vice president, I'm sure he could afford 3 Fords if he wanted to buy them himself. He could, as vice president. People don't learn. I don't know why you give yourself in for some of these things. And then I may need over Kufia paid in command of pen, I make us on Keswe matching. Sofudi is not just a calling. There's a personal assessment to it. There are rules attached to it. Yankopon frewa. On customer frontino, we see for my obit me do be aire. Apart from we, and I can't wear home. And I acquire for Samuna man or munidi, quite soprano for no use woman. Debbie. In fact, there are a man man aha, Yami friend of crown. One of us said, already. Or a camebazo, dear Wahunti for a day. Because won't me who be my condo. Ko baby and ko for Tanano saying, we're so for to minko. Now there's so for crowd these days now, much me track to moment. First of all, your front right now, over train next time, next car ban what front. Because you got hole inside owner, all manner of temptation can happen. What I'm not trying to say, there's a root to everything. Say, would you not such a chubi? Now, wouldn't say, oh no, they do a boomra, a serious in the may, some of them are dino. Now, so book a brana, so now you say, in serious, we natural. In natural Nachi and DC right now. They may continue for as long as they can to let the president do whatever he wants, the way he wants it, the way they see fit, with especially his brother. No more justify. It does not make it right. And posterity will continue to judge them, say, and some are more kind, and try muchayan, and unti, and no creda wa, more de wada say. And then Kalusus Mahama, Dr. Kalusus, one of the finest gentlemen I know in politics. Today he put some lame defense around it. I was like, no, doc, you are better than this. You can choose not to talk about it, but to try to make it look as if say, Yeni are again saying Yanukran and Yen Mumni Pabonedi. That's how you're jumping with him. Let me pause here.
Ghana Airport Company.
Limited.
ACL. Yes. Terminate, friends, Magnan Terminal 1, which is the private jet terminal has been terminated. Do you think say now what can our linkage? A bit more rumor say well Ibrahim Mahama has shown interest in having running that terminal. Now
what be in the home, mama?
Okay, indeed 3-4 days. Indeed, Ghana Airport has terminated that contract. There's some chieftaincy issues. I'm hearing from what I say. You see, then your take.
Well, but I didn't like to be done. Say we can in madam for it. So we would be our idea. Not committee maybe to and can
MC, I'll check the feed. MC Chidi image in my dad so.
And because a million idea and I'm after saying you but semi free to give him another braving a good brave for the mark. I did be a giving you idea plan and you guys made it. You should do unless you may free that
exactly.
Afa. And President Mahama, I did not call you. I mean, who is there? And from Swabian.
Judy, hold on. I'm saying your technical issue. It's my mark was into us now. Kwasi, I mean, Musa, this question. A friend say, hold on. I have this this issue popping up. Here. Where is it? Gold board.
Yes.
Because since the issue of Ibrahim Mahama, how the gold board assembly.
Yes.
What's going on? The Buruha about renovation of Bank of Ghana former friends building, the contracts, Standogwe. What is happening? Kwasi, brief us.
Well, it's a whole lot. Gold board say for whatever reason in his first year, the way a gold board is Ibu Bokono. One of our problems at the Webber man cry, the Kuku board and cry. Me head and tears here because there are a lot of things in gold board that to me not transparent. On mine, our gold reserves now ton as much as 18 tons as I say. I don't think say a secret. Now ton we answer yet. Say gold board episode or farm crop for a more ambassadors. I don't think say Senkomuko the way they went about it because Gold Board was barely a month or two, and almost course so coffee for brand ambassadors. Now, just a company in Ukraine, ship from PMMC to Gold Board no. Na enyanya and 14 because even after a year, I don't think say the Gold Board is groundly footed as it should be. Now I started my sponsorship, a sales sponsor news file. So what news file they announced that Gold Board Gold Board Jewelry is a sponsor. I feel no afar some celebrities in the country, no I more brand ambassadors, Bola Ray, Jocelyn Duma, Angrofo is do go to Krum. Or more I am more ambassadors. You see, Women of Valor, a program be UK, net Gold Board, a sponsor. You see, or more a person more office renovation, be more computers, na Gold Board award contract. You see, and that's a nipana and the Yamanaba. No, I pay. So you followed due process. It was restrictive and massa. I mean, what the hell? I didn't know why. Go to the idea. Anything after gold or former? What do you mean you soon personally? So tone you chowka because of mining here has had an influence. And they discover gold or land as well. We may compensate you for the land, but the gold is not yours. So if it's not yours, it's for who? It's for all of us. It's in Komoba Akubia for years, me personally. And I like the fact that in the last 5 years or so, gold has become part and parcel of our everyday talk. For years, for decades. Now, yet high to gold where you two no bossy Christian Taquania de Adensono. Say, when, but wait, when T financial news and as a one kind financial times, who gold was in Bia or baby, because moment to on crown or Munyabini. Matibi, why would Gold Board now be you set up no act na create gold board na e say Sami Jamfi e na yadwuma na o de ma bawa rock no senka Sami ntumi say adwuma na no yeah ono paso bia no so his main job is to be the aggregator.
Yes, and then when you read the Gold Board Act,
yeah,
I haven't read the amended one recently. They made some amendment.
Oh, maybe
there is nowhere in the act Sami Jamfi that even power to hire any aggregator or someone else to buy the goods.
No. So what's your work? Adwuma na the amount say what to gold no. But Bank of Ghana is giving you cash. So you buy the gold from ordinary artisans and you be the final person to mediate between the ordinary person and the Bank of Ghana. What's it that? Why on fast so the man about Orokran? Ote, senya who asem ne buyer, yen say no aggregator. And these things should be published openly on your website and in the newspapers and wherever you can say, we need aggregators. You must have this and this and that and that and that. And the other line is this. Unya be nipa 100 the BDA. Publish the names. So that's it. So we will know who and who went, and then eventually, we know say it was competitive bidding. Sure, party card near that but at least we effort man who say clear. But then act na hifa na sese on here ambassadors. Ghana Gold. Na ambassador ben bio. Ambassador ben na che 2% hin. Oti kokoso odi sika namba bia. Ahemfo na ahema mo na mo mem hey. Ope gold ambassador. They are the best. Because they don't wear it as a jewelry. It's a formal adornment. To me see ho as ohene ana ohema abra sebiu agudie nka ho. Ba akumienu be there, whether silver, gold, or whatever, you have to adorn it yourself. We have these elements for free in this country. Wakofa, go you can say, Bolare, eshe wedding ring and I say good than community. No. What I say? So my point is that I don't know exactly why the board is trying to be a private board, even though it's very much a public board. I don't know why they do the things the way they do them. I had high hopes for the board. But my friend Coco board cry 80 years there. I can tell you say a good board we. I don't know, it's maybe a current administration in a money ISR there. And I say the good to city. It didn't even matter if you should change government and bring MPP. One where the name of being good mean just say I don't want to say Sandobe didn't qualify. But I want to know how he got it. So I say restrictive. Chidi throw more light on it. But kakra say restrictive. You acquire things all the time. We hear these microphones. And this type of microphone will be our brand. This is what? Shure. It's a Shure. Also, open microphone. You can go to Shure's email. No email say open mic among customize them out. You say Afro City no, you go home. Sure, no some home. Open say unya multicolored different saying foam. This share mic and ankasa so. Why you the script? Unyas oyo no masure. Na ye be ma Yeti. We be ma Lumix, minimum some microphones. Any Sony, any more makana. It means say you have a special taste and you know your sources, even though you want one to do, but you requested for 5 from these sources. That means you're one restricted to only these people. Any restrictive. Open there. You try to I need a microphone with these specifications. Whoever can please address to this number and deadline. And OBR and all. But say buy and you who say be 5 names be and a buyer and a standobe a company no winning. Nobody will have any qualms. But you will say some now to turn your manaba. Neighbors say, stand a chino, where be on pray? What is it in Yaba say if you are stand in a quay? Now you're coming to tell me it was this is not restrictive contract. This is what sole sourcing looks like. And if there are some charges, and this is for the boy and people from run more opposition, sole sourcing come. Say Kufu buying my contractor, won't you? When I say their movie. The Ecosway, what's in he? Say a CBA, good ball for here computers. It's Yafi no Makoto and Azomaton. And all this one now more from office in Bobo Kutu Akaseno. What were they actually using to work? It's not so many computers. It's not what you aggregate and said the idea. Our fee and wakari 11 million Ghana cedis dollars.
Yes.
And they are Macabrane say Uncle Zedran and Pamela. And Zedran, some fit in an office. No friendly accountant, the procurement office. I mean, they should have some of these people there. No, because you hear the way. Now, on the gold board letter, actually, my company here this computer, sir. Over the Brenner, I say Chinchinachi. Get me pack obi fufro. They trust man no one kotoba because what 11 million cities. You can't tell me say man koto any 11 million cities. Definitely, abroswa neman abroswa crowd they be about 8 to 9 million. It will be 3 million there and the personal money. If Sammy had just used a phone or computer to request these items from these same companies, we could have saved Ghana some 3 million Ghana cities. We enyen komo Saudi HSSBU umpa mani ya na pasa bani say na umpa mani. This is what any civilized no, civilized is too strong. Any sane person should reason around some of these topics.
There are others that say this is another form of create loot and share.
Of course.
Because so we establish a company, there's something we call a procurement. There's a procurement office. And now there are things that it's easily sourced from the open market.
Yeah.
Something like Lenovo computer.
The computer there.
You don't need a restrictive tender.
Yeah,
so a Lenovo
all manner of office computer
this is easily done by the procurement department.
Can go and buy yourself.
They can walk in, Compu Ghana. There are several companies, several businesses.
Yeah.
They have this readily at shop.
Yeah.
Because it's just an i5.
Yeah.
An i5 computer.
And no do here, I don't know. MBI hard drive, see. And no.
That's something that you can easily find from the open market. It is such things, it's easily, as our friends say, sourced from the open market. Now all the command restrictive. Again, the price are highly and heavily
compared to the market.
Compared to what is in the market.
Yeah.
Right now, there is no way anybody can show me any shop, both Ghana and outside, where an i5. What say we are now in the 13th gen.
Yeah.
Let's say we'll progress to the next
I6,
year.
i7.
No, the same i5 now to the 16th gen.
Okay.
Coming 2 years, the generation that they will make.
Yeah.
There's no way any i5 of that caliber they want will hit at that price.
But
with a 27 inches monitor, nobody can convince me with my knowledge.
What was the price, Chidi?
It's around 11,000 per one.
11,000 Ghana cedis.
No, monitor now
yes.
Average now about $2,850. No, Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis.
It was in Ghana cedis. You know, monitors no more say almost pay 15. So which was 42,750.
42,000. Hold on. 42,715 divided by what?
Divided by 15.
15.
You get around 2,000.
So we are looking at 3,000 thereabout.
To run it off maybe at 2,009.
Okay, that's fair.
Within price.
That's within the price. That's within the price.
But why would you still need somebody?
What I say, because people were talking about 11,000 cedis for the system unit, and I said no way. But if you're talking about 3,000 per monitor for 27 inches, that's indeed within the price range. But I would say near perceive for
of course
you don't create that
impression for people
to
conclude
even, because you can't corruption index Ghana police immigration and all that perception.
Of course, they
don't have real or concrete evidence indeed Ghana police is corrupt. But they are saying it's a perception index.
Exactly.
So you don't give room for people to
somewhere last week. Let me give you this. Somewhere last week, it came say corruption, Ghana scores low on corruption perception index for the first time in about some years. You know why? I'm in morning radio, so these are current affairs. But I only made me reaction. I just say it's not like corruption is gone. Just as you are saying, the key term there is corruption perception. Perception. Now, what if Akufo-Addo scored bad on corruption perception? It does not necessarily mean that his corruption was bad. Just that the perception that has been created by the opposition.
And then to be clear, it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
That's
what I'm trying to say. That for 8 years, they were, last 4 years, they were 135 in parliament. So you have almost equal amount of MPs. So head to head, the crown, make a 10. You get my point? So all the time, we had a party which had 136 or so members of parliament in opposition who would not spare the government a single hour. Every day there was a corruption allegation. So those people who do the index, they read your papers every day. Come to Ghana Web. Every day you have the corruption allegation or charge somewhere. Now, you don't know why it's gone down now. because the micro minority, the 80-something people, the way the MPP behave, no, so who are there no, enya bibi nyina so a ontumi nka nche say o bokro no. Say they are NDC for you. Because NDC for to me can say Haptel eye ba omiadia.
Yes.
Na the obetua bia same dem fi beti say sika bia wotua ma isi bia no ebi ekoba omia ho e na ba omiadia. It's not true. That was complete lie. But people bought it. I told you that I have police officer friends who one kind of them say, I mean, I'm going to easy jima Google Kufa Dubana account. Yes, e-levy. So OG e-levy na e-levy na na Kufa Dojen. A command the banana no creative ass one. So my uncle post ni. I'm in boti pen. E ka tell me say, ono de e-levy na Mahama so be ye free me kwento me na to Mahama. One no be tresika am Kufa Dubana akoti. This was complete lie, but he bought it. Nipa isabi not doing that. It's not like he's crazy. But they couch the whole story to make it sound so true. Say, and I'll hear say we hear on name now to say, ha, the Mason dear come mama and ye tip moves our 5 cities as I come go for the body. And as I buy me the MPP can do that. So your allegations are Reverend Tim for Jodiaba. These are all nationally related. You can even finger it kind of allegation. And yeah, yes. What is the MPP Nibi can say, and this Nibi discount off from? Never. Even your equal gold, yeah, some $100 and something million are saying, yeah, lawsuit. Think this is why a compare demonstration, I could gold board office, I could Bank of Ghana, and only had 4 years ago, how much call Bank of Ghana, say, young Pam governor and any deputies. What if the governor or one secret officer at the Beji petition? So if I am a consortium outside Ghana, which is rating how people perceive countries to be corrupt, I don't need to even visit Ghana myself to verify, because every day I have news from Ghana coming say that there's this allegation here, there's this allegation here, may I score bad. And people want to win your corruption perception at but corruption is still rife. People are eating money left, right, center. The echo saw our president in India in plain a country a smacks of corruption. The echo saw a gold board, see to me cotton loss of Bank of Ghana who had a who justification be on them, see a 18 tons of gold, a cotton, ya cotton yanka once some, ya cotton, there's all crime when crime may be in the minimum. So what to be say, your company will never told you, company will never told. I don't know. How can that happen? That is also a corruption. But who talks about some of these things? Nobody. Because MPP4 right now in Parliament, Coco is I think someone say no one else for opposition. But I want to tell them say there are a lot of other issues that if they should open their minds to, they can expose this government big time. Say they all know guy can't a party no expose to MPP big time. No. Other than that, yeah,
Abekromunsa. Chidi, sorry, let me take you back to where you were now. Unya, friends, your microphone, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
We started with EMP, the presidential jet, President Mahama, or you saw a friend say Ibrahim Mohammed's jet, appropriate. Is it really say Ghana? Ya titi apansam say intimate jet, intimate hire, intimate rent jet, and I say typical politicians. Instead of say, I admit to say I was wrong. Indeed, when I made this comment and when I made this statement, say the presidential jet is in pristine condition. In fact, to say 2 engines and that it could go anywhere in Ghana and then return with no issues. Is it the case? Say indeed, Ukuje 2 was wrong, but to admit say you're wrong, no, he can't. So you just hide behind because President Mohammed's brother can afford a jet, and he will just take the jet. Is it indeed free?
Well,
multiple questions.
Free baby. When was the last time who an African politician or patch order? Have you seen some before? So you be our cast much in here. When I could that you and I said after some time, but we say no. I say I'm catching me near Deb and Nebian and Papa Intino.
I think something close to a patch or kakaya when indeed President Kufuor admitted to Agenda 11 say he was overly ambitious based on the prevailing situation at that time.
So and recently, after your marking to apologizing to.
Yes, yeah.
Good. Me can be do baby say President Mahama using his brother's jets ain't wrong. Because I can ask my brother, so give me your phone, now me find your call. My brother can never deny me. Or I say be or expect an emergency call. It's ABR also because of ABCD. Now, your portfolio has changed from former president to the president. So everything, it is a national security that defines your movement and everything. And there's a structure, and that's a maybe with the code of conduct as to how you must operate. So unyakra ewo private jet and you want to use that for optics sake, just be open. I shall say no. The government official spokesperson, Felix Ofosu say we don't pay for anything. We're using it for free.
Is that the case? And could that be the case?
Also, but later on, and he came back and told us, say, we don't pay for anything. The only thing that we pay is fuel. Fuel on Kwani.
Can that even be possible? Because let me ask again. In aviation, when the aircraft flies,
you need insurance.
There should be an insurance on it.
The crew
members ought to be paid. Mm-hmm. There are several landing charges, several fees ought to be paid.
Yes.
So are all those being bought by a friend, say Ibrahim Mahama, at what expense?
That's the question that most people are looking for an answer. Because in my mind, I'm going to say flying in jets, per hour, just like when President Akufo-Addo was flying the jet per hour, we always get it. If no brother airline say or the money for free now, I subscribe to say it was a good idea. But for optics sake, there should be some.
How is that a good idea? Look,
because he's saving us.
Ibrahim Mahama is not the pilot flying the jet. He is not the crew members on board.
He pays those crew people. No.
Why is he paying for?
He pays them.
Why?
It is his jet.
Chidi, Musa say, a dainty, and I was a citizen of Ghana, a private businessman. One, he bought the jet with his own money. Now he has to pay the crew members. He has to make the insurance. He has to pay all those landing charges on the jet. For president, yes, a president air call for ABR, the personal business. He is on official duty for the state. Why should a private citizen always take our money? We're interested in multiple aspects of the economy or business opportunities. Is it really appropriate? And indeed, on what basis? I was say even crown how do you call it? Felix Fuzukwati, etimi utter this word say we don't pay for any of this. Is it not indeed corruption? Say a private citizen donating all these things for us and we don't pay. Where is the private citizen getting the money to pay all this for free?
That's also another question. Once me share say answer na me be nya technical issue make asim say wadi ni na ho kwan. Enso nyinya na eden e fataye. Baby anan kedu na so man no ye presidential jet no enye papa. Enti ne senke nyi obi a o se
o no cross say jet ni papa.
Sesa no mo ka che say
jet na nya adwuma
enye papa.
It was a lie. They no kuja to kanya anya no kre. President Mahama so kan bi kafra. Ni anya no kre. Pristine nyina no. They had not even seen the jet. Continue.
Oh, enti no na me ka say see you be also or private jet or the the state in say president in use for free or be to be kana and Kenya somebody but for transparency's sake and for the optics say Kime who say answer na can president in the jet do any nua but me say so be or the money for free. These are the outline as these are the nyoma any idea in na keka say dey be or chine bi no me can say because say one my jet intino or the pepe bibi. Because look at the perception that people are reading around jets now or the man no. And when Ibrahim Mahama started bidding for Dama, it started in the early 2000s. And then no beshasi. But I was assembly na bidding. Abishia. I was looking forward to say, if I were the president, I wouldn't have used my brother's jet. I would have opted to use a commercial flight just to save the integrity of my brother, to distance him from anything. For people to know, say, yes, me a president, me and maybe no any juma dada. And you're nunti, and you're not my president. I feel no better or private jets. Yes, I can use my brother's private jet, but the state must hire and pay him. Send a bill or
full cost
at full cost. Send a bill or Chinebu could have been Becase. Me brother what jetting to me far at the Kobe. I didn't know my near fool into or Benya win is because I said or do we might be free. You have evidence to show, say, we pay for every service. To the extent, say, we even requested, say, we will let national security take over flying the
as
jet.
long as the president
as long as the president is in the jets. Maybe I negotiate for that. Maybe
why must that be the case of Obi personal private jet? Don't you think say that one is even non-starter? There are private jet already say rent house all across the globe.
So you'll be there.
No.
And the same for
they indeed they are into the rental business. This is Ibrahim Mohammed's private personal jet.
Because
not up for rentals.
You could have approached me saying that but I'm hiring it. The state is hiring it.
Coming back to the question, yes, sir. You did grow baby. Your bobo. Now on our board no community. We are born. I'm because me beka. You do say your bobo na obechina show moto. And your command will be says I'm free park and so I born on my and everybody will walk me out.
Yes.
Is it really the case, say, with this scenario? I was say it was now yefa President Ibrahim, President Mohammed's brother's jet, Ibrahim Mohammed's jet for the states, because now we know that even the VIP uses it, right?
Yeah. And some eminent people in society.
So
use it.
who watches the Watchman? Now who is going to talk about anything? It's here, say Ibrahim Mohammed in this country, if indeed all this is giving all this as for free, or the way you know, thousands of friends, hundreds of thousands of dollars to fly from Ghana
to Korea.
A long journey.
The hours involved, the crew members, fuel, jet fuel. Yes, all this it cost about hundreds of thousands, getting to millions. Or the chair free.
Maybe we pay for the fuel.
Fuel aside, I've told you my Musa of say insurance. Who is paying for insurance?
Who's
paying for the pilot? Who's paying for the crew members?
That's where I was saying say transparency needed to come in. Say jet in our fan, because once we are the president, you are for us. You account everything to us. That's why you have parliament. Over addressing state of the nation. You are addressing us. You are telling us the mandate that we gave to you, what we have used that mandate to do. It is a would you maybe be crana, at least in the say, and I said to your spokesperson, bring evidence, documented evidence to say the Jata people are paying for the insurance, they are paying for the fly, send a bear or China 70. But if I were the president, yes, as I say, I would have hired it for a China 70, send a bill make us a minya. Because look, people are reading a lot of meanings to it.
Yeah.
Which of them maybe are 92, maybe 100% is untrue. But because say, or you should be bintino, or people when say some meaning I know not some of the media myself, me or champion banam custom me pay we are ultimately and farmer. Then Ibrahim Mahama has been doing his job and then from Kufuor time we started hearing his name to Mills to Akufo-Addo to Mahama 1 to Mahama 2. But just saying
Gabi Ochedako has been lawyer for how many years? Before he even went to high school, he was a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Astute lawyer as such.
He was also a journalist.
He's one of the richest guys in the country.
Yes.
But people think that he's stealing money because his family
he was giving all these kinds of
money. When he was open, when he was open as a radio, people thought say as state fans but it was his own package.
That's not money. The guy's a serious lawyer.
Or the AB as a radio. And he have licenses to more than 8 regions to operate. I had genuinely do gusuchia but because at that time, then the brother a president in it, or making move be people perceive.
Yeah.
That's why I have corruption perception. People perceive say, your brother and to say, your brother and to say, your brother and to say. Ibrahim Mohammed's company, EMP, is a fine company. I want the Dama side, Emana, Obey Jumano. But because say any man or a president, people are reading meanings to it to say it's because of Ninjanity and the bargaining power and hiding. Akosho.
Ebi mu say now Sakone Saba.
I don't see it like that. Okay. I see say it's a businessman be a oil and juma. No one say be a Ninya be a president or person Ninya the best stress on your mebu. But for the optics, if I were Ibrahim Mahama going forward, no, I'll pull out everything that I give to my brother. I'll tell my brother that if you want something, pay and take. And I said, go and hire some. Because I didn't know any that chance move. That chinty. Ebi and no be and can hurry. But our chine be no be do baby. No one said no. And come fast. I also didn't say a question. Say, or they if the next presidential candidate if your NDC sustaining power, about no so the man is sana. That's a question.
It's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question that I'm asking. Say the brother free swat the next candidate or say we need the primaries for the NDC. Would he be given if say
by then not do mokotonaba
jet okay
November yeah
November this year. Yeah.
November okay in your issues way. I say machine it's in your issues
it's a legitimate concern, bro. I agree with you 100%. Where see and the President Mahama na afa new plane. Ochna enye President Mahama mpo, enye President Bawumia, enye President Kennedy Apong, President Kwasi Mensah.
So on President Kennedy Apong.
Yes,
the possibility of President
with the base the base is
what is it? President Kwasi Mensah say onchna Jubilee House na yesi ni won kan no. Me tranja kobu. My president no. And also Monday.
That's a good question. Chidi, before I come to you, Gold Board, contracts, renovation, and all that, you seem to have a lot of knowledge and then research on this. Maybe also, but Mimbusa last question, Mimbusa answer na, Mimbusa Kwesi answer na maba. So prep for that. Because people are asking, say, for now, no, President Ibrahim Mahama is more of Nsakwane Nsaba. Is that really the case?
I don't believe it, but I don't begrudge people who think like that. Even those who suspect that the plane may be for the president, to some extent, they have their reason for saying that,
and they have no evidence to.
I don't have any evidence, so I cannot agree. But I think they have their reason for doing that because say na o fa niema no stress as it's my brother we are brothers minua no me de minua o ha me jimi san ho nkwa what the institution na ye de mrasive guard no wo di agro. You get the point? Because this is clear case of conflict of interest. Ochina say Ibrahim Mahama yesi lithium no de ngode ma no hino no eno ye bauxite na lithium
bauxite
yes, because the man is here. So to me, outbid or more baby say any source or say any restrictive. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are power be out better because a younger. Because or no, and I see, and then he son it is wrong. I don't know how long I have to say this it's wrong. But a domuin in here. Now conviviality no, it's not common. Even among royalty cry unua abroche de say ohini dia ne ma enedi o ma no so me ba ko mienu a o mienu nyina say the way panyin ne bedidi but the toso mienu no o mo friend spare o mo po mo ya blood brothers. Most cases they come from same parents no we training how I address we how of course outside will be a prince there but you fear protocols no change school come ko kwese san King Charles what is school or kwanya no ana ne sister ne brothers ko Harry school or kwanya no I can say William school kwanya no be na Harry ko say Harry be shokutu a o say ne de ne brightest can say William be shokutu a say ne de ne brightest Harry a protocol is there Abrochehima was perfect in everything ade ba kwa ma wo ye mu ze ampa we nipa wo ye imperfect motherhood ne manyina we last one now hene to jimi ngana so bia mo ankaza nkomunya kra nkomu fa ne because we say so for pani and so nyama we no nse so for pani. You get my point? So intense say my ba democratic politics mu edi me family I'm almost some stake be to the point say as of mine who when for manage this ad no because me there almost say Otumfo Hono wasn't a political grounds, it's a traditional palace and everybody is welcome. But when I saw the president coming, it was a protocol telling say these are government officials coming. I didn't expect to see Ibrahim among that entourage to the point say President no, you are not vice president, you are not a minister of state. You don't have any business going near the president in a public gathering like that. It doesn't happen. Abrochire eyewo na oma. Se me maame me offer any program be no maame kra what baby na so ti baby. Na se chinchina o metra me ncha metra me na so na me na ekoba de. Yenya ne saa. When untumi adwuma na ade ato. You get my point. Ada na kra bi ko achimota. Yesi wonyini rasta ansa no akọ. School mra says I'm not nyamra papa bia de test ye hu ze nyamra bia but senka bia ya no a minima and come this had an air pam sa boy na me school at the time kan in our school this is the convention it di me nyam hu se me kwa koye fire service adwuma na mesro nsu asa esro mirika enija because na adwuma no me kwa koye ade ayede se onya ba se obeye president ya se wo petumi agina bibi so the term his excellency no enye keke you must aspire to be excellent in everything you do. It's now tempera plan in Yabreno. And yes, I'm planning a baby. So I'm really a good word. Now, Miss Abra, who am I going to say? Honestly speaking. What I say, I mean, who baby of Vampanico use a cabeha mine. But it's not appropriate behavior once you're president. I don't know PG Clinton. So, of Fifi. No, Nakarao. She was about 20 something years. When you're 18, I got to a ripuno. I cried on agenda. Monica was, and Clinton was a nice guy. God hang the way but she went as far as being impeached to the point say one to try go mutu no unu can dam so anyway and so akra no what you see ya no ye de nyema di agro dodo say eye a champon a free fa Rollins na no me elected no and now mo wanya ku awie and now se chinchinachi and I say obitumi yeku no de na yere ne manyina defense ministers ne finance minister ne ade that one what can you say but say ya timia biemu ama mmara da ho ye nyina se de mmara ne be adwuma ama mmara na wontumi abusu onti ne yehwe na che no mmara na mo se akufurata abusu onti ne yehwe na che no wo mampanyi wontumi nkata wani engusu na mmumra no so say menua be ma no na ne plane no papa no nkwa na easy to come by na ade oman no na me kan say obia no abedan ye ka say Akufo-Addo behind the plane ntuaka even though Kujato was every day trying to tell us how expensive that was and how broad the country was still able to meet those expenses. There's no way anybody in the NDC government can convince me that we cannot hire the same private jet we used to have for Akufo-Addo for President Mahama. And no more guilty conscience and no more. It is going to go down as one blot on this so-called GM legacy. Because I mean, second one, I mean, who legacy be ever? But sadly, we now said play now mantem November muwa. Because between now and November, there are a lot of travel. There are UN travel, there are European travel, G7, G20. There are a lot of travels that President must be there. I expect him to be there. So no, was say in November Magana, the Ekoton Mana and the Nebrada and the Bayuswa. He's just going to create a lot of more problems for his appointees, honestly.
Right, Chidi. Is it the case MPP more MPP so much scandal for this government? Is it the case say more say moving the assembly and assembly and more for an with MPP until they are hanging on to any straw just to prove say indeed there's a scandal with President Mohammed's second term? What is happening with Gold Board and then the Bank of Ghana renovation, laptops, and then all that? What is really happening with Gold Board?
I don't believe that the MPP is looking for a scandal, but it's trying to do a job as an opposition. Because the word opposition, I have problem with it. It means opposition, just saying you oppose everything. So opposition look for loopholes. Maybe about buying because had the one for me on my head. I come. 2000 election. I was very young at that time. I didn't see me the man, but you saw. But I remember some of the things that the opposition did at that time. Now we are very few, but they were very powerful and mighty. And your man kitty see on a G boom. Look, when I saw the Gold Board issue, I'm saying no. Some feel somebody that I like so much because seeing a young person or Ginny Dino baby na or Ghana economy no 18 ko na me jam
baby. No you try
oh me who young guy or born home the and many age. And ye bibrim ha na e wo no. Me ta ka chem now for say e bibrim ha titi West Africa. And as a young guy exo na ye panyi bi a. On tears ye say me a young boy. Ninya me madom na menya $1 billion on tiase e kwan bi obefa so bia obehwe se mebo from cause onim se me menya say scan me ne be robi show this e ma no betimi apemi apebi se ne yire kura metimi age because they feel threatened when the youth become powerful. And that's what Nyeska. But the advanced economies now, they intentionally create young billionaires. Because they are the ones that the future belongs to.
In China, in Korea, in Russia.
You know the time China in Japan. Alibaba.
Yeah, Jack Ma.
The time that he was with. Look at Facebook, Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
So if say an opportunity has come for Ghana, we should like to start building young billionaires. What's he energy? And somebody I want to how was he engineer and control the NDC communication, formerly the propaganda secretary, now communication bureau, or Jumama party in the power. Any baby didn't question. People were looking for certain things beyond the bed of the one. But sometimes I'm going to as anyone who to an movie we're very careful. That Bank of Ghana old office, you remember said time Kufa do new office. Omuka so mba be mo be den. Omuka said that office na who here.
Dr. Sema Kwatremundi.
Gold board office no about. This is a Bank of Ghana old office. So definitely some elements of Bank of Ghana still exist in that office, of which you will need renovation. But they will tell you say that building is a national security edifice because of what the operations that they do over there. It is all very innovation. A lot of people are expecting transparency because in as much as a national security edifice, people still look up to say, Adibia, we need to know. So I was happy when he started posting certain things and you maybe on my or the two websites for Ghanaians to keep track of it. But all of a sudden, we went there and we saw this thing here, where innovation, the cost involved in the renovation is 11 point something million Ghana cedis. Quincy said, 13 pesos in the Guachi. And the companies involved, I decided, say, who owns this company? Correct. And why would you? I know call will be a breakdown of Krana SI2 ways of groups and any say Alicia or someone. And when Oko Alicia no come website in the crowd, it's very shocking. Say a website and I say, elements go on my own shit.
Okay, website my civil computer. We also born a doctorate and a PhD.
And Glasgow.
I don't have
kids now. Okay.
I don't have problem with Gold Board renovating their office because an old officer will be taken over. So you need to change the environment for people to know that this is the Gold Board. So we need to see the element of your, But to give it to ways on how did they win that contract? What model was being used? So I'm catch say it's about from me catch museum they didn't do so sourcing.
Restrictive
tender. How what was a crime or so a babe?
Are you asking me?
It's a question that I'm asking.
No, but make no, make I thought that he knew all those. No,
it's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Say a crime or so at the king.
Yeah.
And looking at the people that are behind these companies, no more defense are also the air banner.
Yeah.
I say we publish now, we so publish it, we publish now, we so publish it. It means something fishy be there. And over furniture procurement, furniture now or motor na the cost involved in every furniture be or motor. Now could have laptops in India now or my breakdown. Laptop be P15, U7 Ultra 7 processor, see i5C, the cost amount involved now. And then a mama for a busa question. Because all the nefa procurement you might see said the law on idea. Odi super pepe. But value for money any problem. Because say laptop but once offer in now kuma monitors